Look at this number, 9.8%. That's it. That is the single most important statistic in crypto right now. And 99% of people have no idea what it means for their portfolio. We are on the verge of one of the most dramatic supply squeezes this market has ever seen, and it's happening right under our noses. If you miss this, you will be kicking yourself in 6 months or a year's time. I'm not here to show you a meme coin. I'm here to show you the math behind the next crypto super cycle. So stick with me because we're breaking it all down. Let's send it. Welcome back to the channel, legend. It's me, Domenico. For those who are new, my entire mission is to find asymmetric bets, situations where the potential upside absolutely dwarfs the risk. And what we're covering today isn't just an asymmetric bet. It's a fundamental restructuring of a digital economy. I'm talking about Internet Computer or ICP. Now I know you've heard the name. You might even have some preconceived notions, but forget everything you think you know, because the story of ICP is not a story about price. It's a story about a vanishing act. In 2022, there were over 130 million ICP tokens sitting on exchanges, as you can see here, ready to be traded. Today, just 52.8 million. That means over 77 million ICP have been pulled from the market. They're not being sold, they've been locked away in what I call a digital vault. And when supply collapses, while demand is just starting to wake up, well, you know what happens next. So where did it all go? This isn't some mystery. This is a deliberate, calculated move by some of the smartest money in the space. These tokens have been staked in what we call a neuron for a whopping 8 years. Let that sink in. In a market where most people can't see past the next tweet or the next hour, institutions and long-term whales are making a bet that stretches all the way until 2032. They have been voluntarily removing their liquidity from the market for almost a decade. But why? Because rewards for doing so are absolutely insane. We're talking about a 13% annual yield paid out in more ICP. So not only in the supply being squeezed, but the people who are locking it up are being paid handsomely to keep it locked. And that yield beats debasement and inflation. So it's a positive yield. So this creates what we call a self-reinforcing cycle of scarcity. And it's not just staking. It's a network itself is burning tokens every single day to power its operations. Over 2 million ICP have already been incinerated. Poof, gone forever. This is a digital asset that is actively getting more rare, not more abundant. Okay, so the supply is shrinking, big deal. But if the project has no use, it doesn't matter. But what if I told you this is the only project that is actively replacing the entire legacy stack? This is the part that blows my mind. ICP isn't just a better Ethereum. It's a completely different beast. It's a world computer. Let me give you these 3 use cases that are happening right now. 1, truly decentralized web. Other blockchains host smart contracts. ICP hosts entire applications. We're talking social media platforms, video games, enterprise software running 100% on chain. No Amazon Web Services, no centralized servers. It's unstoppable code. This is the dream of Web3 actually realized. 2, on-chain AI. This is the holy grail. Projects like Caffeine AI, which are getting released this week to the masses, are building artificial intelligence that runs natively inside the blockchain, where me, you, the taxi driver, anyone using natural language can build and develop apps where you own and control your data, which is going to be massive for mass adoption in government enterprise. Your AI agent also isn't renting compute from Google. It lives and operates autonomously, fully decentralized on the world computer. This is a multi-trillion-dollar industry being rebuilt from the ground up, and ICP is at the forefront. And we're trading at below $2 billion market cap. So when we talk about asymmetric value, do the numbers, do your research. And 3, decentralized companies or SNS. Communities are now launching their own decentralized startups, governed entirely by code on the world computer ICP. They raise funds, manage treasuries, and upgrade their code through community voting. This is the future of corporate organization, and it's happening right now as we speak. So you have this incredible utility engine that is driving demand, while simultaneously the supply is being systematically locked and burned. You see the equation forming here, don't you? All right, let's get tactical. This isn't financial advice. It's a framework for your own research. So what should you be looking at? First, understand the staking mechanisms. The AE neuron is the ultimate conviction play, but you can stake for shorter periods. The key is getting your coins off the exchange. Idle liquidity on a trading platform is potential selling pressure. Staked liquidity is a vote of confidence and a source of yield. Keep your tokens protected and also avoided being exit liquidity for the manipulators, which I mentioned in my video yesterday. And second, watch the burn, follow the network activity on the ICP dashboard. The more that gets built on ICP, the more ICP gets burned as fuel. Adoption directly reduces supply. It's that simple. And with the launch this week of Caffeine AI, over the next several months, we're going to see mass adoption with the self-writing internet. This is only going to increase. And third, monitor SNS launches every time new decentralized services launches and its community stakes ICP to govern it. That's another chunk of supply being taken off the market for the long term. This is what I call a long-term structural play. It's not about the 24-hour chart. It's not about the 4-hour chart, daily chart. It's about recognizing a fundamental economic shift before the rest of the market does. We are at a crossroads right here. Most of crypto is still just digital gold or speculative game theory. ICP is building something real. It's building the next internet, and it has built it. It is the world computer, and the market is starting to wake up to it. When less than 10% of the total supply is readily available for trading, what happens when a single large institution decides it wants a position? What happens when the next wave of users floods in to use these on-chain applications? And they're going to start this week with the launch of Caffeine AI, self-writing internet for the masses. The price discovery isn't linear, it's vertical, it's explosive. This convergence of hyper-scarcity and real tangible utility is going to create a massive imbalance between supply and demand, and the parabolic pump is only a matter of time, going to be inevitable. So if you're not paying attention, you are sleeping on one of the most profound technological and economic experiments in the entire digital space. And if this opened your eyes, even a little, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button. It tells YouTube algorithm that this is important. And comment below with your biggest takeaway. Are you bullish on this supply shock thesis? Let's have a conversation. Subscribe and hit the bell. We have a lot more content like this coming, breaking down the most complex topics in crypto so you can stay ahead of the curve and avoid being sucked into the crypto fraud. Because the future isn't just decentralized finance, it's decentralized everything. It's your identity, your social media, your AI, your data, your business, all running on a global, unstoppable world computer, Internet Computer Protocol, ICP. The foundation for that future is being poured right now as we speak. And the fuel for that computer is becoming scarcer by the day. The code is compiling, the liquidity is locking. The question is, will you be positioned for what comes next? Because time is ticking, as these discounts won't be around forever. I'll see you in the next video, and peace out.